Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is June 17th, and we are going to take a look at Tesla's stock from a technical analysis perspective, looking at the stock chart, trying to find patterns and trying to profit from them. I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research, make your own decisions. So Tesla had a pretty good day today, closed at 616.60, 666. Up 1173, 1.94%. Post-market seems to be down 24 cents. So what does this look like in the chart? So we have a nice green candle, almost zero wick at the bottom, some wick at the top. So we had a move, and then the move just got clipped a little bit at the top. We are still stuck between, let me get my little pen. So we are still stuck between this support, this diagonal support here. We are stuck between underneath this resistance here at 624. And I don't remember when I drew this, but we have a support at 595. Let me tell you exactly the number of that support. At 595. But yeah, 595 here. So we see that we have entered into a congestion zone. So basically between 595 and 624. It's been bouncing between these two numbers since June 7th. Boom, 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 going on one side, the other side, one side, the other side, one side, the other side almost today. Notice that when we were here, bouncing here, the stochastic was super low. So the chances that the stock was going to break out was very low. Now, look at this here. Stochastic is higher. So there's a bigger chance now that we are going to break out of 624 eventually. Let me just go back to the hour chart before looking at the indicators. So today at 9:30 here. So at 9:30 we opened basically around 600. So yesterday and the day before we were in a local downtrend. So the stock had been made the top on June 14th. So 3 days ago, it made the top, then went downhill, and then rebounded on 595. So 595 became clear basically yesterday. It became clear yesterday, and this was used as support. And now at 9:30 today, we had a big green candle and we broke outside of the resistance that we have just right here. The resistance, let me draw it like this. So this is the resistance that we broke today, this morning. We broke out of it, and then the stock stayed basically put there, then went up, and then is pulling back since. Let me just see if there's a correlation with this trend line here that we had. So maybe this is why the stock went down. So the trend line that we had here, look at this. So the trend line that we had here going up seems to have been in play. I think I want to draw it here approximately. So yes, so basically the stock, thank you. So the stock went outside of it, closed outside, and then came back. So we have this this resistance now that is also affecting the price. We have this resistance also affecting the price. But we are very close to 624. So there's a possibility that the stock breaks 624 for tomorrow. It's always possible. let's look at the indicators. So right now on the daily chart, we have stochastic at 78. So this is quite good. This is not super high. I prefer when the stochastic goes above 80 to show real movement. So, but when the stock stays pretty much standing still and the stochastic is climbing, this is a positive sign. This is a sign that something is building up and there's some strength in the stock that is being accumulated, and at some point it's going to come out. So I feel like Tesla is going to come out eventually, quite soon. MACD has crossed over, as we know, a long time ago, and now the two lines are becoming positive very soon. And in terms of the DMI, still negative, but the spread between the red and green line is decreasing. So once the green line goes over the red line, this is going to show this is going to be an opportunity to buy the stock, and it will coincide with either a break of this resistance right here. So this is possible that it coincides with the break. Oh, sorry, I did not want to do that. I just wanted to use the pen. So it's a possibility that it's going to coincide. Yeah, this is what happens when developers design software. I'm sorry to say that. So it will coincide with, well, it could coincide with the stock breaking this resistance here. If it takes several days, it might coincide here, or it might coincide if the stock goes up sooner and does something like this, it might coincide with when the stock breaks this resistance. So that would be the best case scenario. So the best case scenario in terms of technical analysis, because not everything is a sure bet. There's always a risk, nothing works 100% of the time. So, but the best case scenario is when you have a convergence between different indicators, and I am including the three indicators that I'm using here, and I'm also talking about the trend lines, which are a type of indicators. They are trend lines. So basically, when you have a convergence, let's say when the DMI turns green and the stock breaks an important resistance and the stochastic is super high, most likely the MACD has already crossed bullish before that. Then this is like all systems go. The chances that the stock is going to continue on its trend is higher. So basically, this is what we are looking at. If we just take a look at, for teaching purposes, if we only take a look at the DMI here, so April 12th, the DMI became green, and it became red on April 27th. So basically, if you had only listened to the DMI, you would have bought here, which is nice. And then, but then we had the resistance right there, and the stock was just stopped by that resistance. And then you could have sold when the DMI became red again, which is approximately here. So you would have only made a couple of bucks. It's not bad to make a couple of bucks. So this is when you have only one indicator and you don't have a cross of resistance. So basically, it's not a bad move. It's a good move, but it's not a long-term move that you can profit from for a long time. And basically, this is why I'm not telling you when to buy exactly, because if you are looking for short-term little moves or swing trades, then you can rely on the DMI only, or you can rely on the stochastic only, and you could say, well, I buy every time stochastic goes over 50. This is when I buy, and I buy when it comes back from 80. So if you only use that rule, then here you would have bought at around 6.15, and you would have sold at around, let's say that you would have sold after the first move here, so you would have sold at 6.85. So that's a 70 bucks move a share. That's not bad. So if you want to do that, you can do that. It's easy to do that. So this is why I am not telling you when to buy, because there are so many places where you can buy with these little moves. I am just trying to show you what is happening with the stock, and depending on your personality, on the amount of money that you want to make, on the amount of money that you want to risk, you can decide for yourself when you want to invest and when you want to get out, get in and then get out. So the perfection for me in terms of a technical move is when everything is in play. So when everything is in play, we have a great stochastic, we have a MACD that crossed over bullish, and a MACD that has the two lines above zero. We have a DMI that's green, and we also have a break of a resistance that has been there for a long time, and that's pretty much it. When we have all of this, then the moves tend to last a long time, and this is always nice to stay in a stock for a long time. There you go. So all this to say that we are coming very close to such a perfect storm event. We are coming close. Based on a technical analysis perspective, we are coming close to that kind of an event. So this is exciting, because even though we could have made money, or some people made money on these swings, because the stock was moving from 560 to 700. That's not an insignificant move. That's a big move. That's a big move. Then if you want to catch these moves, you have to rely on something else than the DMI, because the DMI was saying, no, that this is not a real long-term move. This is just a short-term move, so I won't be looking at it. So the DMI, especially a DMI with a 21-day span, this is taking into account bigger moves. So you can always tweak your indicators. You can use the standard DMI at 14 if you want to catch smaller moves. So it just depends on how you want to play the market. There are so many ways to make money, and so many more ways to lose money. It's just that you need to tweak what you want. And what I am trying to achieve this here with this channel is just to give you one example of one person that is doing something. It does not mean that you need to do the same thing as I'm doing. You can just learn from me, just like we learn from our parents. We see them do something, and sometimes we say, well, yeah, I like this, I'm going to keep this, and I don't like this, I won't keep it. Perfectly fine with me. Perfectly fine with me. This is how it should go. We are all our own individuals, and we have our own opinions, our own risk ratios, our own fortunes, or lack thereof, blah, blah, blah. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I publish a Tesla and Palantir video every single day. Thank you for commenting. I read all of your comments. Thank you for Patreoning, Discording, and trading viewing with our affiliate link in the description below. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.